is going on, vinyl community? Happy Easter. Mike back again here. Thought being Easter weekend, I might do a two videos. I kind of got a wild hair here and thought we'd discuss some Christian metal albums that I have in my collection and a few other albums that are Christian as well in spirit of the holiday. So, anyway, cheers everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. And yeah, let's jump into the music because that's what we're here for. So anyway, I'm going to start off here with some albums that aren't metal, but I do enjoy and I think are worth talking about. The first one here is an artist I absolutely love. This probably isn't his strongest work, but there's not a whole lot of his work that is available on vinyl. And I actually have two. The first album of his, being Rich Mullins, is pretty cheese. I'm not gonna lie. I never really listened to it. I have it on cassette and vinyl as well. But this album, I believe, is his second and is a lot better. There's still some of that 80s cheese going on around here, but man, this is some good stuff here. Especially side 2, opening up with Screen Door. Great, kind of like a almost acoustic. It's a fun song. Anyway, there's some other great songs on here. Steal at Any Price, phenomenal. And the last song, Love That Shows No Bounds, has some serious Peter Gabriel vibes going on in it. But yeah, Rich Mullins, legend in my opinion. Sadly, he died in a car accident in 1997. But his output in the music industry, especially his later stuff, his stuff with the Ragamuffin Band, a Liturgy and a Legacy albums, and then his last album, Jesus Record, are phenomenal. So worth checking out here. Fantastic musicianship. Loads of respect for Rich Mullins, and sorry he's not around anymore. But next up we have Michael W. Smith, kind of late 80s. When was this put out? Not seeing a date. I ordered this from Germany. I just realized it was an Australian release. That's strange. But anyway, this is his album Eye to Eye. The main reason I wanted to talk about this here, there's a song on here towards the end, second to the last, The Throne, instrumental. Michael W. Smith with his instrumental work is phenomenal. Great musician. But yeah, and I think the song leading into that, Ashton, is fantastic as well. Live and Learn, which is on side 2. Again, some 80s cheese going on, but man, I love it. So, Michael W. Smith, Eye to Eye. There we go. Classic here. If you were a youth group kid in the 90s, you obviously have heard and know this album well. This is DC Talk with their album Jesus Freak. The title track off here also got some MTV play, and VH1, I believe. But great album from them, a classic in my opinion. So I actually have 3 other albums here on vinyl. The one after this is probably my second. Well, I don't know which one I would say is my favorite. But this is fantastic. Of course, the title track. I love the single off here also, Colored People. Great stuff though. DC Talk, Jesus Freak, worth checking out for sure. And then let's move into some more modern stuff here. This is Copeland, with their album Blushing, released on Tooth and Nail Records. Great stuff from them. I would say if you're a fan of like The National, you'd probably dig this quite a bit. I don't know if per se this album would be considered Christian. There is an F-bomb dropped later on, but I know they were a Christian band and still are on Tooth and Nail Records there, which is a Christian label. But yeah, this album is phenomenal. Great kind of mellow, chill out album, if you will. Very beautiful. So, Copeland, Blushing, check it out. Next album is Emery. Hopefully I don't get get banned for showing this because it does have a bootay on it. But this is our album Eve. Emery is a post-hardcore band, emo band, if you will. Great stuff, though. I would say if you like I never know if it's Alex is on fire or Alexis on fire. Either way, I love that band. But akin to something like that. But yeah, good stuff here. This is on their own label, Bad Christian Records. So very good stuff. Emery, Eve. Just an awesome, awesome album. And let's move into the metal side of things here. First up, we have the band Flesh Killer. This is their album Awaken. This is like melodic death metal, if you will, or progressive death metal. Very good, in my opinion. I just spun this again today, just to get reacquainted with it a little bit. But yeah, this is good stuff. Really awesome musicianship going on here. This has members from the Christian black metal band, or white metal, however you want to call them, or unblack metal, Extol from Norway. But yeah, this is on Face Down Records, released a few years back. But yeah, really good stuff here. If you're into death metal at all, I would say check them out. And next up, we have I believe they're from South America, Brazil. I have to look that up. But yeah, this is Anti-Demon with their album Apocalypse Now. I believe the lead singer there, he does all the artwork for their albums there. So, trio of musicians there. And this is on a nice kind of splatter vinyl here, Vision of God Records, to do awesome pressings, and all their releases are in these nice poly vinyl sleeves. They do not skimp. Great work from them. But yeah, this is good stuff. The kind of range from grindcore to deathcore. They kind of have a variety of different sounds going on, change from album to album. But yeah, this is good stuff for sure. Anti-Demon, Apocalypse Now, from Brazil. Next up, we got some metalcore, some kind of, I would consider, chaotic metalcore. This is the Chariot. This is their first album here. It's quite long. I can't remember what it was called offhand here. It's written down below. It's hard to read. I'll put it down here. But yeah, this is good stuff here. Josh Scoggins from Norma Jean, when he left that band, started this band. And this is some good stuff here. Oops. Where is the opening for this? There it is. Silver vinyl. There is the back sleeve there. So good stuff. I would say if you're a fan of like bands like Botch, come to mind, this is worth picking up for sure. Really good stuff. And get back in your home. There we go. Chariot. First album. All their stuff is good. I have several of their albums on vinyl here. I think I showed off a cassette, maybe One Wing, on the cassette tag a while back. So next up, this is one of my favorite metalcore bands. This is Devil Wears Prada with their album from 2019, I believe, The Act. I love that artwork. I think it's badass. There we go. Devil Wears Prada, metalcore band. Really have changed their sound quite a bit as the years have gone on. They're constantly evolving. Some people say for the better or for worse. I really dig what they're putting out here. They came out with an album last year, Color Decay, which was pretty good, but I do prefer this one. I'm not sure if this is my favorite album of theirs. Maybe probably my favorite newer release of theirs. I also have probably the most brutal. It would be their first Zombie EP. I have that as well on vinyl, and that thing is just kicks. Awesome stuff. All right, moving along here, also on Vision of God Records. This is Frost Like Ashes, black metal from Kansas City, Missouri, my home state here. So good stuff, really good stuff. Actually, I quite enjoy this. I have this on a CD as well, and this is the vinyl reissue. And they remastered this for this release, and compared to the CD, this thing, I mean, really blows it out of the water. Again, in that polyvinyl sleeve, which is always a nice touch. But yeah, this is some fantastic stuff. Vision of God Records, I said. Nice lyrics there for you. So, Dwayne, I think, is the guy who runs that company. Friends with him on Facebook. But he does some phenomenal work here. Props to him. So keep on putting out some good music and some good pressings there. Moving right along, we got Fit for a King, The Hell We Create. This came out last year, I believe. Good stuff, though. Probably not my favorite of theirs. Their favorite of theirs was the one that came before this, and the name of that is escaping me at the moment. But I could have shown that as well, but I think I showed that in a previous video as well. So this is on a, as you can see, red and yellow splatter vinyl. Very cool looking, in my opinion. Great metalcore band, pretty brutal. Like again, it's not my favorite album theirs. There's probably some songs on here that I skip. Not to say that they're bad, but I just prefer their heavier output as opposed to some of maybe the slower stuff. So, or even though that's a right way to put it, but good stuff nonetheless. So, Fit for a King, The Hell We Create. And we got two more records here that I'm going to show. I was stoked when this was announced that it was being released on vinyl. Impending Doom, this is, I think, their best album. This is Baptized in Filth. Great metalcore here, deathcore. I guess it's not really metalcore, probably more deathcore. Love this, kind of a Christmassy theme going on there with the red and green splatter there. I guess there's some black in there, so maybe that negates the Christmas aspect of it. But yeah, this is a fantastic album. Brutal as hell. Love it. Impending Doom. Baptized in Filth. Check it out. And last record. This is one of the bands that I got into early in my exploration of metal. I put them up there probably when I got into Between the Buried and Me, which I think this band might have a connection with. Shane Blay, I think he played in both bands. I could be mistaken. But this is Oh Sleeper with their album Children of Fire. This thing is phenomenal, in my opinion. Love this album. Great metalcore. This is like metalcore at its finest. Right up there with like Converge. Not sound-wise, but I rake it up there with Converge's Jane Doe, which I know was like almost cliche to praise that album. But man, that album is fantastic, and so is this. I love this. It holds a special place in my heart. So, Children of Fire, Oh Sleeper, just an awesome, awesome record. So, anyway, all right. Well, I think that is all for right now. Like I said in an earlier video, I have a recent finds video on the way here. Just waiting for some more stuff to come in the mail. I've just been buying way too much music here lately. But I just keep finding good deals. So what are you going to do? Anyway, all right, guys. Well, everyone have a good weekend. Stay safe, and we will talk to you later. All right.